In this class, we will learn cost management, project cost management. What is project cost management? Cost management includes the process involved in estimating, budgeting, and controlling cost so that the project can be completed within the approved budget. Project managers must make sure their projects are well defined, have accurate time and cost estimates, and have a realistic budget. That they were involved in approving. So that project managers must make sure that their projects must be completed within the cost. Costs are usually measured in monetary units like dollars or rupees. Here you can see my link. During the course of this session, we might be covering certain technical things like earned value. All those things you can go to this link and learn comfortably. I have published article in PM World. You can comfortably read those areas and understand. There are 4 processes in project cost management. The first process is plan cost management. Second one is estimate costs. Third one is determine budget. And fourth one is control cost. In the first process, the inputs are project management plan, project charter, you know that, enterprise environmental factors, and organizational processes. All we have discussed in earlier lessons. Tools and techniques, expert judgment, and analytical techniques and meetings. In this analytical techniques, there are lot of information you will get from project management plan, project charter, and EF, OPE. Based on those information, you can have some analysis to determine the cost management plan for this project. Meetings are conducted with the concerned officials to develop the cost management plan. This cost management plan tells the team or the management about the rest of the processes. Cost estimate, then budget, how to control the costs, etc. That is the process. Plan cost management. Output is cost management plan. Second process is the estimate cost. For this inputs cost management plan, that is the output of this is the input here. Human resource management plan, scope baseline, project schedule, risk register, enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. So these are the input for this. Here we are estimating the cost right from the activity level. Activity costs are estimating, and for each activity we generally the team will put some contingency amount to deal with the risk. So for this, the tools and techniques used is expert judgment, analogous estimating, that is the top-down estimating we had discussed based on historical data, parametric estimating, that also using an algorithm based on the historical data, bottom-up estimating from the activity level to top, bottom-up estimation, 3-point estimation based on the optimistic, pessimistic and most likely parameters that we had discussed in the last class. Reserve analysis, there are contingency reserve and management reserve. Whenever some risk comes, unexpected theft comes, money we have to take from the management reserve. So that reserve analysis, cost of quality, cost of conformance to the requirement, that is quality. Quality is conformance to the requirement, the cost included for that. Project management software, vendor bid analysis, that is while purchasing you have to give the lowest vendor. Group decision making techniques, these are the tools and techniques used for estimate cost. Here from my article you can have a clear idea about all those things. Go and read that article in the URL given. Then outputs required for this is activity cost estimates, basis of estimates, on what basis the estimates are done, bottom up, parametric or whatever it is. Then project documents gets updated. So the outputs of this process is activity cost estimate. Activity wise, because from the work breakdown structure we can find out the activities, and time required we have mentioned in the schedule management. Now we can find out the cost required for those activities wise cost. Basis of estimates, then project documents. Naturally, whenever changes comes, projects documents gets updated. Then our third process is determine budget. Here inputs are cost management plan, scope baseline, activity cost estimates. Scope baseline is we have discussed it in the work breakdown structure class. That is, this contains scope management plan, work breakdown structure and work breakdown structure dictionary. Activity cost estimates, basis of estimates. Here these are the output of this. Project schedule, that is from the project schedule management plan. Resource calendars, where resources are allotted from that resource calendars, resource time. Available resources we can find out from this resource calendars. Risk register, the anticipated risks are mentioned in this register. Then agreements, organizational process assets. Tools and techniques used are cost aggregation, reserve analysis, expert judgment, historical relationships. Based on the historical data we can relate this with the present project with the old projects. Funding limit reconciliation. That is, as the project goes, cost also, fund also is required. So if the project is going on time, no need of any funding limit reconciliation. Whereas if project goes slow or fast, the funding limit has to be decreased or increased. That is called funding limit reconciliation. For a week, this much. Next week, this much. If project is going fast, then reduce. Something like that. That is called reconciliation. Outputs. Output of this budget, determined budget, is cost baseline, project funding requirements, and project documents updates. That is the output of this. Next and last process is control cost. Its input is project management plan, project funding requirements, work performance data, organizational process assets. All these things are familiar to you. Here comes tools and earned value management. You can learn from my article. It requires some formulas and all. So go to my article and learn it. Forecasting, how much more money is required. If something is going out of track, we have to bring it back. That cost, if goes out of track, then you have to do some techniques to bring it back to the plan. To complete performance index, performance reviews, all these are related with the earned value management. So go and read it. Project management software, then reserve analysis. We have already discussed reserve analysis. Outputs are work performance information, cost forecasts, change requests. When something go out of control, you have to do some changes. So change request is a must. This has to be executed with the help of integrated change control system. Here project management plan gets updated, project documents gets updated, organizational processes gets updated. These are the processes in project cost management. It's a very important subject. You need to take some effort. My objective is to give you an overall idea about the entire PMP certification program based on the PMBOK 6th edition. I have written an article based on PMBOK 5th edition in the URL given. All these tools and techniques and other things are same in that, so that you can go through these and understand what is earned value management, then to complete performance index, performance reviews. Performance reviews, the review conducted time to time, where the status of the work is, whether the project is going slow or the project is going fast. Based on that, you have to adjust. So that's all. Thank you.